We are in Mar Galand. It's a beautiful island in the southeast of Guadeloupe. There's quite a few boats in the anchorage at the moment, but this is actually a little bit more remote than the Saints. Our friends Teo are here, which is great because it's helping us get our heads around the fact that the boys are gone. We left Pointe-à-Pitre through a sea of sargassum weed. It's a bit of a problem here at the moment because there's a northerly wind blowing, so all the sargassum is being forced onto the southerly beaches. When we left Pointe-à-Pitre, we were doing about 5 knots. As we hit the weed, we went down to 1 knot. Now this stuff, when it settles on a beach, it starts to rot and it gives off a horrible smell, which affects your respiratory tract, but it also can kill electronics really quickly. So it's a pest here in the Caribbean, and there is heaps of it. In other news, the boys have arrived in Mexico.
We flew in today, we arrived here today, and we just boarded a 106-year-old sailing cargo ship.
We felt really bad after they arrived because we got a voice message from them. Let me play it to you. I don't know if this will pick it up.
Okay, so this is our first impression so far. Also, we were thinking about texting you on the phone, but we couldn't say this on the phone either. But yeah, our first impression so far is, I would say it's a very hairy crew. Yeah, everyone's very nice, and also they have no auto helm. And it's fully vegan, there's no meat. Yes, that's also another thing. But on 1 or 2 days a week, they have eggs for breakfast. All that's very minor, really. But the water has a flavor. Mild, brackish water filtered through seaweed. Yeah, but it's just if I was if I was feeling seasick and I drank the water, I feel like that would maybe set me off.
Super bare bones boat.
Hardcore sailing.
Hardcore sailing. No auto helm, no winches, no showers. The water tastes a little funny, but that's okay. And we're going to be sailing over to Europe, and it's going to take us about 2 months, and there's no internet on the boat. So, we're diving headfirst into this, and it's a bit scary.
Yeah, nerve-wracking. Not scary so much, but just, yeah. We're going to go from Mexico to the Azores first. It's our first stop, and that's going to be about 28 days, they're estimating, which is a long time to be at sea, for one, and for two, to have no autopilot, hand steering the whole time.
Yeah.
Obviously, there's going to be lots of people chipping in for that, but that's a long time to be without autopilot.
So in retrospect, we probably should have looked into the boat that they were going to before we put them on the plane, but literally they got invited on the Sunday, they were on the plane on Monday. I do feel that they're probably a little bit tired at the moment. They slept on the benches in Montreal airport, so after a good night's sleep, hopefully everything will seem a little bit rosier. Meanwhile, Rob is in the engine bay. He hasn't had time to think about the boys because he is tinkering with the engine.
Crimp. Oh, yeah, that's a positive, and I've been aware of that. But I didn't want to do that. And I was aware of it being a positive, and it's a live positive, not to get touched with any other metal. Oh God! But obviously, jingoes, I hope I haven't blown any fuses at that. I've just finished replacing the starter motor. So every now and then the starter motor on port, we go to start it, sort of would be intermittent, and I'd go down and knock the starter motor with the hammer thinking it was just the contacts, and that didn't seem to help, and then suddenly it would burst to life. Try again, and it would be okay. Well, this morning we discovered that the lug is corroded completely off. See this? If you can see, there's no more bolt sticking out. That bolt has sheared off. Which means that we have to take the whole starter motor off because we're not going to be able to get the extra lug on there and then screw it up. Frustrating. 19mm socket. Oh, oh, it's tight. Oh, I need a hammer. Ringo. Hey, that's it. Here she goes. What was it? Yeah, it's turning it. Hey, nice. Thank you. Now that's the easy one. The harder one is on the other side of here and here, and I need to use a socket set for that. You need to get behind the starter motor because the bolt is hidden in right in the back. This goes just beyond the end of the starter motor. It's just the right length with this little extension arm. So here we go. Okay. Oh, cool. Oh, I am great discomfort here. Leaning on the top of the engine, but all sorts of bolts and nuts and projections pushing into my chest. That's not your concern though. You're just sitting back in your chairs, enjoying my suffering. Oh God, get in there. Come on. Feel it. Oh, there. Oh, right. I'm in place. I think. Yes. I think. Yes, it is. Okay, this is the hard part. How do I leverage this thing? Oh, man. Oh, okay. Oh, brought the hammer in case. Okay. Come on. Come on, girl. You can do it. Come on, girl. Come on. Come on, girl. Yes! Yes! Woo! Is that on? That's on.
What are you doing, Robert?
Well, I'm trying to keep cool.
You're trying to keep cool.
I had my towel on, so that's got to come off, and I just took my shirt off as well, so you can do lots of censoring on that.
Very good.
Not the prettiest side, I know. But
No, thank God you're heading away in there.
oh my dear, that's good. That's off. I've got to get this off. Free at last. We have the old motor and the new motor here. There's been some serious corrosion. Partly it's from leaks in our bolts that attach the door on, leaks from where the mast for the wind generator has leaked on occasions. Also the entry hole for the emergency tiller has leaked on occasion. Of course you don't find out until a certain amount of water's in there and noticeable, and of course some probably gets through and onto the engine. You can see there quite clearly that bolt there is just corroded off. Should be that long. Can only get 2 lugs on and not even a nut on that to do it up. So you can see the corrosion here. It's really bad. Anyway, that's the bomb. Let's go for it. So it's incredibly difficult to get access into this engine compartment. It just takes so long. It was a real faff. At one point, I lost the nut. You must believe you can do it. Oh! Oh! That's not how it's supposed to happen. Oh, God. It's on. It is on. Oh, you beauty. Okay. Oh, shit. Oh, you silly Wallace. You silly Wallace. See, that's touching the positive, touch the negative of the engine. Don't go and socket set up to the engine. Idiot. No, not an idiot. Self-talk, that's bad self-talk. I'm a clever boy. Woo, boy, we are done. Can't help but admit to you, I'm quite anxious about starting. I'm out of the engine bay in case something explodes. But I think we're ready to go. Give it a go, Rach.
Start it.
Woo! Water's coming out. Woo, that's so good.
After a day like today, we are going to get in the water. There's a beautiful little island just across the bay. The birds are beautiful, the fish are beautiful.
Life is beautiful.
Life is beautiful. Bit at the moment, but
Yeah.
still beautiful.
We're going to freshen up.
Hi guys, we have a wee announcement to make while you're still here. We are launching a new website right now. It has just gone live when this episode came out.
There's heaps of stuff on there, new bios, lots of photos, all sorts of bits and pieces, and there's a tip jar for anyone who would like to just support us with a one-off contribution rather than the longer commitment of being a patron. If you'd like to join us as a patron, the link is here.
We need to give a big thank you to Bernard, who hosted and created our last website, and now to Andre, who has created and made this website. Go and check it out on thecruisingkiwis.com.
Today is Monday. We are on the plane Thursday to head across to Spain for the first World Cup, which is in Seville. Things have been going fairly good in the boat, so looking forward to getting over there to race. Packing procedures has begun. We've got some supplements. We've got our new team kit, which we got a couple of days ago. It's all coming together, so yeah, getting in nice and early. Ben, tell us how things are going.
On the plane in 2 days, which is exciting. So coaches are gone, so we're just looking after ourselves, which is interesting. It's good. Someone's got to keep an eye on Finn, make sure he keeps the ship straight. But that's all good. Excited to go, see how fast we can go.
Some good news from the boys. They are leaving today from Mexico, sailing the whole way. Apparently they don't use engines unless they're coming in or going out of port. Ivan says, after today I'm a lot more comfortable. Cornelius is a cool dude, that's the captain. Interesting guy. I haven't talked much because he's been flat out sorting out the logistic, but he's cool. So that is so good to hear. So they're happier. Apparently the food is great, which is a blessing, because if you've got someone who knows how to cook vegan food, it's so delicious. So I'm glad that they're happier. You know, they just needed to have a few nights sleep.
All right, we are here. We've made it on board this 106-year-old ship, and this is where we're going to be living for the next 2 months. The beds were actually surprisingly comfortable. I slept like a baby, but not much space. We're in a room with 10 bunk beds. This is my bed here. This is Ivan's bed here. This is going to be quite an experience.
Holy shit! Look at that one.